What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a August 1st edition of the Daily Juice Podcast. It's a Friday. That means I'm going to give you a parlay, but it's a small one. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt, and we are back after, nothing, because yesterday was all college football, and it was a futures day because I was not going to bet the NFL preseason game. Glad that I didn't. I would have leaned towards the under in that game. Game went over in the first half, basically. Although, I don't know, it was 28 points in the first half. It was 21-7 Chargers. There's fake football, and then there is fake football. A game in July is fake football. Now, I'm going to bet preseason. I mean, absolutely. I mean, in 1 week's time, the Raiders will pick on the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I'm not going to be around for that, unfortunately. But that's Pete Carroll, revenge game. That's a wild game to watch. I will sneak onto the Discord channel once in a while from Scotland, but I'm going to be 8 hours different to Vegas, 5 hours different to the East Coast. So time zone-wise, I'm going to be all messed up over in Scotland. So I don't know how much I'm going to watch. I don't know how much I'm going to follow. I'm going to unplug and then come back ready to go for the football season, which I just found out I have to have surgery on my shoulder, my pec area. I have a torn tendon in my chest. So that's going to be a really fun thing to have in September. More on that later, but I may be off for a couple of days in September, but I'm trying to time it up properly after the first 2 weeks of the NFL football season, and more on that later. We'll get through Scotland, and then a month later, we may have something else. Real life getting in the way, unfortunately, of the fun that is the Daily Juice podcast, but we will do that later. So some of you guys did not like my college bets. Some of you got real angry about the Michigan bet, saying I'm crazy for Michigan to go undefeated. Okay, I mean, it all hinges on the Underwood kid, right? But if the Underwood kid plays really well, and if he looks like the guy, by all accounts, he looks like Cam Newton. If he's that good, Michigan's defense is going to be ferocious. They're going to be really good. They're going to run the rock. They're going to beat some people up. So, we'll see what happens. But if Ohio State wins and goes undefeated and they beat Michigan, well, the Ohio State bet covers that one unit. So there is some method to the madness. It's a 12-1 bet. It's worth the shot in my mind. So for more of an explanation, go to yesterday's podcast. It is the 1st of August. That means we recap the month. Now, we've not been good for a while. In fact, I haven't had a winning day since the 22nd of July. But the losses were all like paper cuts, 0.3, 0.4. Like, they weren't bad. We went 2-2 forever during the month. So we got juiced out. But it didn't hurt the overall record because we wound up 9.76 units for the month of July. So I'm going to tell everyone this, and you guys have heard me say this before, but nothing makes me more aggravated than when somebody decides to write something dumb on my Twitter account about what the podcast is doing. If the podcast is losing for the year, say something. Criticize. Do whatever you want. I'll take it. If the podcast is down for the month, criticize. Say it. I'll take it. If we're up nearly 10 units for the month, shush. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to expose you. I'm going to call you out, okay? I don't have the biggest Twitter account, X account, whatever, but I still have 20,000 followers on X, and I'm going to show them that you're being an idiot. Don't write me something if baseball is cold for a week. It wasn't even bad. It really, we were up massive, and I had a bad couple of days. Oh, well. If you just started betting the podcast, that's not my problem. Either you're with us for the long term, like we preach, or just stop. Save your energy. Don't bother me. You know how many things I got going on right now? I don't need it. I don't need the negativity at all. It's dumb. So in the Discord channel, people have figured it out. You guys do it for me now on the Discord channel. If you weren't on that, bettingpros.com/chat to get into the Discord channel. There are policemen there. There are I don't know, troll cops, you call them, in the Daily Juice channel on our Discord. And if you're dumb, they quickly point out a variety of things going like, where were you last week when the podcast went 8-1? And where were you when Matt was hitting whatever, right? Baseball is 71-58. We've hit at 55% so far. We're up over 9 units. Baseball props are 24-20, 55%. We're up 1.24 units on that. So even with the 1-1s, we're still profitable on baseball props. Got 2 more coming today on the BettingPros app. Have you downloaded the BettingPros app yet? Go do so. Good to do it. Good time to do it. And then you can also check out everything fun with the 7-day free offer we got going on. BettingPros Premium. Download the app. Use the code JUICE. 7-day free trial. You can see the prop bet cheat sheet, prop bet analyzer, everything that I use to find the baseball, basketball, hockey, NFL props that we give you guys, and we'll use that for preseason coming up later and for the regular season for the NFL, obviously, coming up. So great time to check it out. Prop bet cheat sheet. Go to bettingpros.com/juice to go check out that and use the promo code JUICE at sign up in the upgrade screen to get a 7-day free trial. So go check that out and do that. So up over 9 units, near 10 units for the month of July. So losing June, winning July. We are 7 months in. We are up big, over 18 units for the year, which is great because last July I was down 26 units. I think that's right. I think that's the correct. In 2024, I was down 25 units in Major League Baseball, and I'm pretty sure I lost the majority of that in July. I don't have it broken out by... I don't have it broken out here by month, but we were 72-94 at 43%. I didn't do Major League Baseball player props last year, and for the year, we were down 20 units for 2024, okay? We're up nearly 20 units for 2025. That's a 40-unit flip, okay? So that's kind of the idea of what we're able to do and what we have done here on the podcast, as I've said 1,000 times. I don't win every day. I don't win every week. I don't win every month. I don't win every year. But over the long term, the podcast will be profitable. It has been profitable. We were, again, we looked at this before, but in 23, we were up 18.9 units, up 19 units in 2023. In 2024, we were down 20.3 units. So basically flat, year to year, flat. Now here in 2025, we're up nearly 20 units. So this is just the ebbs and the flows of this. When you bet every day, you bet long term. We're about the long term here. Quick fix people, guys who dive bomb in and out, don't need it, okay? We want you guys to be here every day, fading or following, just being a participant in the community of the Daily Juice. So, end of rant. Apologize. Let's get to the plays today. I have got a parlay for you that's going to be just kind of a simplistic parlay. The 2 big winners at the trade deadline on Thursday, the Padres and the Mariners. First game for the Padres, second game for the Mariners since the trade deadline. But really, the first game they're going to have everybody because they got to get flown around, and they got Gino Suarez, and they got a catcher. I mean, just a huge day for the Mariners. I mean, Mariner fans should be absolutely ecstatic. They got Josh Naylor earlier. They got Gino Suarez. They now have, for the first time in Major League Baseball history, entering the month of August, the Mariners have become the first team since the 1961 New York Yankees to have 2 players entering August with 35 or more home runs. That is bonkers. Gino Suarez becomes the player with the most home runs in Major League Baseball history to ever be traded in season. Unreal. Just an unreal situation. They got Caleb Ferguson, a lefty reliever from the Pirates. They got a leverage guy to come in as well. Like, they did really, really well. The Mariners did tremendously. On the other side, the Padres flipped the number 1 prospect or number 3 prospect, depending upon who you're talking to. An 18-year-old absolute stud of a player gets sent to the A's, who, and look, Leo DeVries might turn out to be nothing, or he might turn out to be the next great shortstop in Major League Baseball. We don't know. He's 18. He's really young. But they got the Padres. They got Mason Miller. got Mason Miller, and they got J.P. Sears, along with four other players that are very talented, top 20 prospects. I mean, they raided the farm system for the Padres, and it sounds like Mason Miller might turn out to be a starter next year for the Padres, kind of what the Red Sox did with Garrett Crochet. That's what they see for Mason Miller to make him into a starter, which is why you give up a prospect like Leo DeVries. But, I mean, just a huge day for the Padres. They went ahead and got Ryan O'Hearn. They got Lariano from Baltimore. They got Freddie Fermin from the Royals. Huge day. Huge day. Both those teams play today. Mariners will take on the Texas Rangers. That game is being played right now as I tape, the first game of their 4-game series. So it's a second game coming up in the 4-game series. And the Padres will play up against the Cardinals. And, I mean, look, it's Nick Pivetta against Matthew Liberatore. And he's been great. And look, 34-18, the Padres at home. There's a ton of excitement. 2.06 ERA and a 6-0 record for Nick Pivetta at home. 1.85 ERA opposing batting average. 15 earned runs and 65 innings worth of work for Nick Pivetta. Padres Mariners. We're gonna do a 2-leg money line parlay. It's sort of like a little mini one, plus 165. Mariners Padres moneyline parlay for 1 unit. Second bet, final bet from a full unit perspective. I love the Brewers, and I like what the Brewers did. I like where they are. And the Brewers, look, this is a team that I think is going to be a factor, and they play at the Washington Nationals. Jose Quintana goes to the mound for them. He lost his last start, but he wasn't awful. He got up 2 earned runs in 5 innings. They lost the game 7-4 to Miami, but last time on the road, he beat the Dodgers 6-5. At home, beat the Dodgers 3-2. On the road, lost to the Mets, but won 4 of his 5 games started in June. He's won 2 of the 4 games started. The team has won 2 of the 4 games started in the month of July, but both wins against the Dodgers. This is against the Nats. This is a game that should be won by the Brewers. You got to take care of business here. Mitchell Parker going to the mound. The team has won the last 2 games started by Mitchell Parker, but they got rid of a lot of talent. His home ERA is much better than his road ERA at 3.92 at home versus 6.10 on the road. But, you know, I just think this is now a time where we see offense come to life here for the Brewers. I like the pitching matchup. It's not too expensive. Brewers on the money line here for 1.45 units. All right. Mariners Padres moneyline parlay for 1 unit at plus 165. The Brewers moneyline at minus 145 for 1.45 units. And then 2 Major League Baseball player props will be on the BettingPros app. Really easy to do that. Go to bettingpros.com/Matt on a desktop, or go and download the BettingPros app and search at Sports Talk Matt, and I will put 2 Major League Baseball player props on the app probably somewhere around 10 or 11 o'clock Eastern time for the games here on a Friday. Remember, podcast Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'm off for a week. So we'll give you a couple of more plays, a couple of more picks and thoughts as we head towards the vacation in Scotland, but that's the schedule. That's the podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.